Do you know about the secret Exfil in the new Dark Aether? What about the free Wonder Weapon? Do you even know where the Pack-a-Punch Enter Wunderfizz machine is? Well, today I'm showing you all around the brand new Dark Aether. Now, before we go to the brand new Dark Aether, we need to get set up here in the overworld first. But I'm gonna try to make it quick. Now, as for the loadout and the kind of pre-game we're gonna do before we get to the Dark Aether, personally, I am going with this RGL. You just can't go wrong with it. I also have a Scorcher here, which we're going to triple Pack-a-Punch. Although if you're running solo, it might be more worth it to take the VR11. However, the Scorcher just makes the Season 5 Dark Aether way more easy to traverse. I do also have golden armor and mags of holding, obviously. And depending on your weapon loadout, you may choose the same or different. I would highly recommend golden armor though, at the very least. Now, a little trick that I'm using to save a little bit of points here is I'm running Grenade Bandolier, and I am using these Casimirs to regenerate them. Every 3.5 minutes you get a brand new Casimir, which is literally going to save me tens of thousands of points this game. And of course we are going to get all of the perks that we can, so let's go ahead and get the rest of our perks here. Let's triple Pack-a-Punch this Scorcher, and now we are going to do something a little bit different at the buy station here. I have gotten many comments saying that sentry guns are amazing here in the Season 5 Dark Aether. So we're gonna test out that theory. I have an extra self-revive, I have 2, 4, 6, gonna be 8 Casimirs, 5 sentry guns, and a jug. Oh boy, I think I am prepared. Now, I don't know how long this is gonna go for, but as of Season 6, they are not requiring us to have a sigil. We can activate this without a sigil. However, we cannot activate the Elder Sigil. Elder Dark Aether without the Elder Sigil, sorry. Which is a little disappointing because I could have sworn they said earn schematics without any Elder Sigils or whatever. But if in the future this comes back and you do have to spend a sigil, do not forget about the trick of stowing your self-revive in the stash spot that you actually have the sigil, and it will automatically give you a self-revive. Sort of similar to how we have one Casimir here, and when we go into the Dark Aether, we're gonna get a bonus Casimir. Now, once you've spawned into the Dark Aether, as you can see, we have that extra Casimir. In the normal sigil, you are going to notice that these yellow pillars of light are actually the contracts that you have to do. In the Elder Sigil, those do not appear. So as you're flying around this, obviously we could also use a Scorcher here as well. We can fly on over here and go ahead and pick up this contract bunny, which is right around here. This is going to be the Outlast Contract. This Outlast Contract, as we make our way down, is going to be right underneath High Rise. This is the multiplayer map High Rise right here. I reference it a lot in this Dark Aether because it's kind of the main focus of this entire Dark Aether. So we can come on down to the lobby. We have the super secret boss fight right there. And this is what everybody says. This is the secret ingredient here for this Outlast Contract, is just all of these sentry guns. So I'm going to go ahead and activate this PND after setting up a few of these sentry guns. And so far, okay. All right. I did throw down a Casimir just to get me some space here. I might need to do it again. This is a pretty tough one. I might regret not having dead wire detonators here, but I feel like if I just put these all around the edges here, I've got a Scorcher, yeah? Just gotta keep armor plating. Let's do our last sentry gun somewhere, maybe over here. I'm hearing a lot of bosses dying. Ooh, it seems like the sentry guns aren't lasting all that long. That's not great. I wonder if I don't understand how sentry guns work in here. But one of the things you'll notice is these electrified bosses coming around here now. These electric bosses you do not need to kill at all. You just need to survive until it's done. So what I like to do is just try to train around in this big area. These sentry guns are actually doing pretty good. This is a lot less chaotic than the first time I went in here. There we go. Throw down an energy mine. Maybe I'll throw down a Casimir here as well. Get some more on the bar. That was pretty darn good. Not bad at all. I'll throw down a... Oh, I accidentally went through the Casimir. Oh boy. I'll re-equip the jug. I know y'all were worried about that. I got you. Don't worry. But that was really nice. Those sentry guns, Donuts approved sentry guns. Why did I do that? All right, anything in here? Ooh, look at all of that fun stuff. So now let's head out here, kind of reestablish, oh, Mimic, please please don't kill me. Reestablish where we're at on the map around here. Head on up to a rooftop if you ever get super overwhelmed. Yes, all right, we're back over here at spawn. This is where we spawned in. Let's go ahead and do, ooh, look at that insta-kill just flying up there. Let's fly on all the way over here and do this contract because this is the Spore control contract. But I guess I should show you, you don't need the Scorcher in order to get this contract. I believe you can use this guy and jump on up here and get the contract just like that. And these launch pads are really, really convenient. And if you launch on them, you don't need to pull your parachute, you just land safely every time. If you do pull your parachute, you will need to pull your parachute again because that negates the no fall damage you're taking from the launch pad, if that makes sense. So let's hop on down here, and now that we used up all those inventory slots, I can kind of just take all of these that I want. Now, despite this contract and this Dark Aether being pretty open with all of these different little islands, this can get pretty intense. So right here in the middle, we have a deadbolt turret that I do like to use when I can, obviously, but other than that, just keep trying to find your way to float around here. Sometimes if you need to kind of jump around and lose them on the launch pads, that's perfectly fine too. And then you can take out the Spore from a distance. Now, I do believe these Spores spawn in the same place every time, so you can find your own route that you like. I just kind of like winging it. I know that's not the best like tutorial thing to do, but like I said, these launch pads are pretty well spaced out. They'll usually go in like a circle, so we'll come up here and then this will get us in a really tall spot. Ooh, nuke. We can then come back all the way down here. You can kind of zoom out and see where they're at. They're very clearly marked on your mini map right there. But again, these launch pads really consistently get you to the areas that you want to go, and they tend to go in a little counterclockwise circle from what I've seen. Now, the hardest Spore is definitely that first Spore that we did in there, just because we're in this area a long time for zombies to spawn. So we can head on up here, and then I like to dive over to this island, and then I believe this guy will get us up really high. We can parachute and come back down this way. You don't really need a Scorcher except for something that we'll get to a little bit later. That Spore's done. We can head on over to this Spore. Try not to land on the Spore because it can throw you off sometimes. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That was a ton of things. Look at that. You got like disciples and manglers going all the way over there. That's nuts. But again, just like what I just did right there, go ahead and bail if you're feeling overwhelmed. You can just relaunch and do it again, and maybe even do a little drive-by here, kind of rain down the fire here. There you go. And then we can jump off that island and come on over here to the last Spore. Then we'll get this last Spore all done, nice and easy, and we've got another disciple bottle. Let's go. Now, unfortunately, we will not be able to do this last contract here because this last contract, which is, by the way, right here, which is why I decided to do that Spore last, this is the ACV Escort Contract, and I do not have a VR11, so I will not be doing this. Oh my goodness, there's a ton of mimics. Okay, all right. Let's see if I can't Scorcher these guys. Maybe. Kind of run them back into the Scorcher here. Training up the mimics. Let's go. Oh my goodness. All right. You want to stay on the move in this map, apparently. Let's go ahead and get this and kind of do another aerial attack down here. The ACV is going to be just over here in this area, right on top of this train cart. It's going to go this way. Let's start it up just for the show, huh? And I'll pop a disciple bottle, why not, just for funsies. Now, this ACV Escort takes forever because it has 4 stops. Unlike the normal 3, it actually has 4 stops. Now, I'm actually gonna abandon this here after this first one because I don't think it's gonna last that long. Plus, I want to give you a good vantage point of where this thing ends. So that's actually not a bad viewpoint of where we're gonna go. So we're gonna traverse all the way over here towards the west side through this. You can see this is the final little bubble right here, and this is where you will always get a Mega Abomination spawn. But I really wanted to show you, for example, Mega Abomination right there, this turret circuit right here. That is the most important turret circuit. If you bring one in, you should be fine. This last Mega Abomination shouldn't do you much bad, and obviously contract failed and all that stuff. That's perfectly okay. But on top of this guy, you may not notice this little fun fact here. So right here above the Mega Abomination, we have our mystery box. Now, I don't remember a mystery box being in the other Dark Aethers. Correct me if I'm wrong, but oh boy, a green Lockwood. Isn't that lovely? But now we could talk about all of the fun little secrets. So first things first, where in the world is the Pack-a-Punch on this map? Well, again, on the left side, the west side of the map here, as you're looking at it from the top-down view, this is the high-rise building right in the center. The Pack-a-Punch is going to be located just to the west of it over here, right inside this building. Right here, look at it, it's the Pack-a-Punch. Nice and easy, just right there, out of the way. Now, what about the Wunderfizz machine? Let's go ahead and go to the south side right here. Now, this train cart isn't going to move right here. You see the one that's not moving right there and the one that is moving right there? The one that's not moving right here, this is going to be your step to the Wunderfizz machine. Isn't that crazy? Look at this little office building with the Wunderfizz machine. And fun little thing, this is the high-rise building. So if you go in here through these doors, this is one of the spawns for the multiplayer map high-rise. And this is where the turret circuit was. This is where we did our Spore control contract. It's really, really cool. Now, while we're here at the high-rise building, there is a fun little secret here that not many people know. If we go to the other side over here of the high-rise building, you can see there's a ladder, and this is a secret spot in the multiplayer map as well. You can actually get up here, and at the very end of this thing, you can see this is the other side of the multiplayer map, there is a key to a post office. So we can pick that up, and then we can hopefully make our way over to the post office over here. If we go all the way on the south side of the map, again, hopefully the map is actually helpful for you beautiful people, there is actually, and here's where we're at on this map, there is actually a secret exfil. So I believe this key opens up, yeah, there you go. There's the key to the door. We can go into this post office apparently, and boom, what do you know? Secret exfil. Secret exfil. Oh my goodness, that's a lot of zombies over there. I'll go ahead and throw that down, and there's oh boy, there's one more secret you need to know about. There's one more secret. Man, I don't have, I hope I, okay, okay, all right, you can leave, you've got a couple uses of that key, but there is one final secret, a free wonder weapon guaranteed. If you go up to here, I believe it's up to here, this is kind of the statue. I don't know if you're familiar with this little island. It's pretty consistent island spawn over here. If we parkour our way up to here, and then I believe, oh yeah, I think this is it. This is it. I just really want those points. Let's get that double schematic cooldown. Let's go. Okay, this I believe launches you. Look at how high this thing launches you. That is nuts. Now, I thought that could get you all the way on top of that ship, but apparently not. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to Scorcher my way up there. At least I really hope so. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Because on the very top, we can get on top of this boat. This is nuts. This is crazy. On top of this boat, as you can see right there is a free wonder weapon. And it's a VR11. Oh my goodness, we could have done the Escort. Isn't that cool? Now, I've actually never checked this out before. This is pretty darn cool. There's some more free points. I absolutely love little details like this. Like, they obviously put this in here for the Easter egg and the boss fight and all that stuff. Ooh, there's a little weapon locker. Oh boy, a rare Renetti. Let's go. But it doesn't look like there's too much in here other than that free wonder weapon. What you will notice, however, is we cannot scorch up any further up here. There's actually a wall that we hit. This you may recognize as the boss fight. The boss fight is legit just right here, right above the map. It's so cool. I mean, just look at this. This is so sick. It just feels like we shouldn't be up here, and we're right here. Oh, it's so cool. Oh, there's more over here. Yo, is that hydroelectric over there? Is that the season 3 Dark Aether? Oh boy, all of those guys just spawned in right there. All right, be careful when you're up here. Very, very good. And of course, the biggest, baddest, most amazing secret is found underneath here in the lobby, and that is going to be the very top secret boss fight in order to get another chance to defeat the entity and more schematics and a pretty awesome weapon blueprint. And of course, if you want to find out how to do that Easter egg and even beat the boss solo, find out all the best tips and tricks right here. And as always, stay beautiful.